This is your 2021 new Buick Envision Avenir. It's their top trim. I hope I'm saying that right. That's what Google told me, Avenir. Anyways, I haven't done one of these three-part videos in a while, so let's do it because it's a new car and the first Buick I've had in a while. So I like the front end. I like how it has that bar splitting the grille right in the middle. You got the Buick shield right there. Cool thing here, your day runners double as your turn signals. So that's where it is on and that's where it is off. It just has that nice kind of little hook at the bottom, LED lights, and this nice kind of 3D grille. It looks pretty sharp. I kind of like the front end. It's interesting. We'll give you one more quick look at it here. The side mirrors stick out a little more than usual. I'll go around the side, take a look at that. There's a little bit of chrome. I don't know. It's nothing. But the parking sensor is right there, so I guess it's something. All right, rims, not too bad. Too many spokes for me, but hey, that's okay. Look at the front end. There's a little marker light there. There is the Avenir, a very fancy name badge right on the side, so people know that you paid top dollar for it. Interestingly, no turn signals on the mirror. As you can see, the stem is just a little on the longer side. Backup camera, part of the 360 cam right there. Nice chrome touch on the handles, chrome finishers along the bottom and going all the way around. So all of your windows are covered in chrome, lined in chrome, There's a profile. It looks like the old CX-7 from Mazda. Not a bad thing. There's a better look at it. I know it's got a cool shape and it kind of swoops up like that, and the door handles are misaligned. Not misaligned, just the back one's a little higher, just kind of not good for my need for symmetry. All right, so another marker light there. Let's go around to the rear. This is cool. Buick, look at you being all forward thinking. So it's got the sequence tail lights, kind of like the Mustang has and the Audis have, where it goes inside, outside, inside, outside. So it looks really, really sharp. Irks, red turn signal, kind of makes up for it by being in sequence, but all right, these are not your tailpipes. They're not. That kind of gets me because, well, it's nothing. It's just decorative. And tailpipes, where is it? Underneath. So it's decorative. Not the biggest fan. I mean, that's your backup camera. My need for symmetry says it should be right in the middle of the logo. There's Avenir again. There is a backup camera as well as a camera washer for the rear view mirror camera. So I'll quickly take a look at the trunk. A little one touch. You're gonna open it up. It goes kind of slow, kind of peculiar, but yeah, whatever. All right, so 1,400 liters of cargo space, 1,400 and a bit with all the seats down, 700 and a bit here, so it pretty much doubles. And then you pull up this up and you get a spare tire and let me get a little light here. Can we do that? Can we do that? Yeah, spare tire and a little bit of extra storage. I'm gonna close it up. You can go manual or you can just push the button. It's slow to close too. No quirk, no perk, no irk, just a little indifferent, but I love the sequence lights. All right, let's start with the rear seats. Lots of space. This is my regular seating position, so I'm all the way back, and you can see my foot is in there with so much space back and forth. You do get a little bit of power in here for that and that, as well as that. Got your vents, you have your heated seats as well. Only one stage, so it's either on or it's off. Massive panoramic sunroof that gives your rear passengers light, and you pull this down and get your cup holders down in there. Over my shoulder is that, and I'll give you a better look as we go inside. Take a quick peek, starting with the inside of the door panel. Full marks here for textured wood. I usually don't care for the wood, but I love that it's got this cool pattern in here. That makes up for it. Big miss here, there's no bottom, so you cannot use it as storage. That is where you have your height of your tailgate release, so you go max 3/4, or if it's off completely, you got a Bose audio system in here. Storage. Weird thing is my hand goes all the way back and it's hard to reach things that are tucked back in there. All right, seats, very, very comfortable. A little thin on the thigh bolsters, but the side bolsters more than make up for it. It's got Avenir in the headrest, so very premium, very luxury. Nice diamond quilted here. It looks really, really sharp. I have no problems with the seats. Despite this being very low, it still has just enough support. So let's keep going in. You do have a heads-up display, which is right there in the middle. And Buick being forward thinking, I guess along with GM, all of your controls are right there. So there's the heads-up, higher or lower, I can't even speak. Raising or lowering it, that's your info and that's your brightness. So thank you for making it all tucked in here. And if you think you can't see it from here, you can't, but all you do is turn the wheel a touch and that's how you see it. There are your lights. All your controls are here for your cruise control. That's this again with the flubs, Jay. This is how you control what happens in here. Behind the steering wheel, you have two buttons on either side. This one controls your channels and forward or reverse for your songs, and the one behind here, just beneath your paddle shifters, controls the volume. So very Jeep-esque. Pretty cool there. So there's your dashboard, two analog dials on the outside. You got a big digital one in the middle. And again, this controls all of your things. So you go up, you down, you go left to right, and all sorts of stuff. Pretty good system. I have no problems with it. This is what I really like. Let's go home. It's a little hard to see. Maybe I'll do it like this. So this is straight on. It is so angled towards the driver, and it's angled up like that. So again, not only is it like that, but it's also like that. So having a little hood here keeps the glare out and looks really sharp. The graphics on this are just remarkable. It's great. It's legitimately absolutely great. I'm a big fan of it. It's taking a dip into settings, for example, and just it's so crisp, it's so clear. You can either go home from here, or you tap the home button there. There's your volume knob. You can see just how crisp this graphic is as well. It's like, what is that, like a third of the screen, and it's so sharp. So I'm really happy with the infotainment system here. Now it's also the same platform as the Cadillac XT4, so full marks there as well. A couple of vents down here, and yes, this vent goes over quite a bit because that's going to give you, that's going to give you air for your passenger. You got your climate controls. I love how it's so synchronized. Red up, blue down, so you get your heated seats. You go down, you get your cooled seats on this trim. You get your sync, temperature controls, fan speed. The issue with me with this here is the only way to control where the air goes is you have to press climate, do that, and then when you're done, it just kind of sticks on this screen. So you have to press the home button, and that takes you back. So it's an extra step, bit of an irk. Some controls down here as well. You got your wireless charging. You have a cigarette lighter adapter. You got a couple of USBs, and if you want some privacy, just tap that. It's piano black, and it will cover itself right up. I keep it open because I use the wireless charger. Gear selectors. The cool thing here is, I'm not sure if we can see it. I don't think we can. Oh, yeah, we can. So underneath reverse, there's a little textured piece here, and under drive there is not. So you will never mistakenly go in reverse. And the weird thing is you've got to pull the little silver piece up for reverse, silver piece up for drive, push down for manual, push down and in for neutral, and the big silver button is park. So even though it's a little strip here, it's pretty intuitive and pretty good. There's your parking brake right there, a couple of cup holders, and overall the interior of this Envision Avenir is pretty high class. I really like it. You got your sunroof control and your different garage door controls and a couple of lights. Again, I'm pretty happy with it. Like, it feels really premium. Here's that back rear mirror. So basically flick it up, flick it down, and this camera is mounted to the top of the glass, or top of the tailgate. On the road with the 2021 Buick Envision Avenir. Still think I'm saying that wrong, but I'm going to trust Google. So under the hood, it's a 2-liter turbo 4, 228 horse, 258 pound-feet of torque, 9-speed automatic transmission, manual mode through the gear selector, paddle shifters at the steering wheel. And as I mentioned before, this is the same platform as the Cadillac XT4. So let's go into driving impressions. What the Envision does extremely well is gives you a very comfortable and soft and supple ride. Luxury vehicle, luxury ride quality. Buick's pretty popular for that. And the Envision for 2021 carries that onwards. It feels so soft and so smooth without feeling overly soft. It's a really strong balance for me between soft but not, kind of collapsing, and it just doesn't feel weak or flimsy. Just that nice, soft, sitting on the couch in your favorite spot on it. That's what it does very well. As far as cornering handling, it's not too bad. SUV, higher, longer, heavier, so be careful on your turns, but it still does it fairly well. Little bit of excess on the noise, vibration, and harshness side of things.
crank up the volume on the audio if you want a way to eliminate that. But if you don't have any audio on, it's like the IR in Irk. It's there. It's not offensive, but you tend to notice it. As far as highway driving goes, it's pretty good. Up to highway speeds and no issues. And again, once you're cruising at your set speed, it is such a wonderful ride. According to the Buick Canada website, you can go up to, is it 889, I believe, kilometers worth, again, on highway cruising speeds. So almost 1,000 clicks, not too bad for something that's not a hybrid. Let me quickly jump into drive modes. There's a button just at the end here behind the gear lever, gear changer, sorry. Wait for that carb that you see in the window to pass. So there's off-road, there's touring, which is two-wheel drive. There's all-wheel drive, which is a specific intentional drive mode. There's sport, and that just changes the mapping of the engine and transmission. And then you go back to your regular. I stuck in touring for. I'm going to stick in touring for this video. With sport, it gets a little on the louder side. Another peculiar note. Speaking of sport and kind of changing drive modes, even in all-wheel drive mode, the engine tends to rev a little high, and I think that contributes to some of the noise, vibration, and harshness coming in. And as well, it boosts up how much fuel you're consuming because your engine's revving higher. Seats, extremely comfortable, heated seats, cooled seats for that matter. So I would go with this specific trim if I was looking at an Envision. It's got everything I need. Heated seats, cooled seats, massage seats, massive panoramic sunroof. It's got, now this is an option, the mirror that is camera fed, but even still, pretty good. Quick jump into fuel consumption. So on a 73-liter tank of premium fuel, 10.5 on city streets, 8.2 on the highway. Blended total comes out to 9.5. Not too bad. Again, going back to that figure I quoted about maybe 2.5 minutes ago, Buick Canada says you can go 889 clicks on the highway at cruising speed. It gets a little muddy between gears 2, 3, 3, 4, and sometimes 4, 5, but I'm starting to find that it's the case with a lot of 9-speed transmissions. Now, you put your foot down, you gun it, you go, and it'll kind of just cycle through. But if you're just accelerating from a stoplight in the city and you want to get up to your 50 or 60 kilometers an hour, it can get a little on the muddy side. If you've got any questions, let me know in the comments. I'll do my best to get you answers as soon as possible. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate the support, and feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. And feel free to tell somebody about the channel who you think might be interested in what it is that I do. Until I see you next time, be well, be healthy, be safe.